Gon' vote. Everybody gon' vote. Everybody gon' vote. Everybody gon' vote. Comrade! Labor right, them a go down, bang. Them a go down, bang. Them a go down. Is that? Margie, him a God picking. No hope their work if you touch Margie. Margie, him a God picking. No hope their work if you touch Margie. His, we now vote for Labour. Orange we a come out in now. If you love the PNP, who no step out for Marky G. Jamaica just come along with we. People time come, people time come, people time is up.
Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight.
Yeah, I said that we are. Pledge your allegiance.
Who's gonna run this town tonight?
Yeah, I said that we
We gonna run this town.
So I came to the community of Bark, I would say probably 6 weeks ago? 6 weeks ago, and this gentleman here, Marky, said to me that they needed a couple things in here. One was the drain to be cleaned there, 2 was the light, and 3 was the water. I can't do the water yet because I'm not the member of parliament. The drain, the councillor says she's going to look into it. But I'm back with some solar lights because Jamaicans are suffering from JPS not providing street lights for communities to ensure that it can reduce crime, and also you can see at night to go home, and that wasn't being done here and is not being done here in the community of Bark. So Marky, on behalf of myself and the constituency executive and the PNP team, we are providing you with 2 street solar lights at a cost of $70,000 to the community, and I'd like to present the first one to you and the second one over there also. So we can put this.
On behalf of our community, same way, we have to the thanks. You know,
Okay.
Yeah, man, whole heap of respect, man.
Yeah. Respect.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Anytime you come back, you go see what then you can see good way to do for your community. You see?
Thank you.
Alright.
Thank you. Thank you.
make us see a better future. Time know what they talking.
So the NWC advisory that came out yesterday stated that the board was consulted. And I just have probably 1 or 2 questions to ask. If the board was so consulted, could we see the minutes of the meeting and the date of the meeting when the board was consulted and the decisions that were and the action items, decisions and action items from that board meeting dealing with what is now before us in terms of this incentive? Could we see that? So could we see the date of the board meeting? Could we see the action items in allowing now the management of NWC to execute, the NWC management to execute? Could we see that? Could we? I want to make a bet. Could we see that? Could we see that? Yesterday, the opposition People's National Party, we had a press conference, and 2 of the issues we wanted to deal with was with water and electricity, in dealing with some of the announcement that was made at conference on Sunday, the JLP conference on Sunday. First, let me say, hey, look, if you are one of the 547,000 customers that is paying water bill within the NWC, are you faced with hardship and you're cut off and all of that, I think we ought to have a conversation today about the future. Because at the end of the day, the people of Jamaica owns the National Water Commission. But before I go there, I saw yesterday the NWC sent out an advice. You know the little advisory if they're going to dig up your road, if they're going to have transmission break, if they're going to cut a line, if they're going to repair, whatever. So the NWC advisory yesterday stated that the board was consulted. I just want the people of Jamaica to know that. When a board is consulted, it doesn't mean approval, and it doesn't mean execution by the management of the NWC. And from a professional standpoint, I'm going to ask the board, the next time you're going to come out and say something, put it on your letterhead, put it where you can see all of your board members and you can send that out. Let's keep it professional for the people of Jamaica. Fact number one, the Water Commission, the National Water Commission, has a total of 547,000 customers. Of that 547,000 customers, 393,000 of that amount is paying customers. Their account is active. That means them have water and them pay them bill. Fact number two, of that 547, 393,000 Jamaicans pay their water bill every month. Their accounts are active within the NWC. Fact number three, 154,000 can't pay. Majority has dropped off the system. They probably have some concerns with the NWC, whether it is a leaking pipe, the meter situation, it goes on and on. Whatever the concerns are, 154,000 Jamaicans can't pay. The total amount of that in terms of dollar amount owed to the NWC is $52 billion. Of that $52 billion, $19 billion of that is owed by residential customers. Fact again, if you check the Census Bureau, less than 9% of the population are pensioners. That's a fact also. And then this is another fact again where I want them come out and dispute. If you check again, the database of the NWC cannot differentiate who is a doctor, who is a lawyer, who is a pensioner, who is a path beneficiary. They don't have that capability within their database. They have to request that from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security. This is another fact again. Whatever was announced on Sunday regards to water will only help 30,000 of the 547,000 Jamaicans. 517,000 Jamaicans will not get any help whatsoever. And that is a fact I want them to come and dispute also. So I just want to be clear. And I mentioned before, citizens have genuine concerns with the NWC. Whether it is faulty meters reading without, you don't have no water in the line, but the meter still a read and you still get a water bill. Leaks that you have dispute with the NWC. Another one is that you can't afford to pay the water and the sewage charges at the same time. And we also want to stress here, if you're an active pensioner or an active path customer of the NWC, you won't get this grant either if you're active, if your account is active, and if you're paying your bill. This is what we're saying as the opposition. This is what we're saying. And I want the country to hear me. We want every Jamaican, whether PNP, Labour Right or independent, that is paying to the Water Commission to get an incentive or to get a write-off to. And let me tell you why. If you have a concern with faulty meter, if you have a concern with leak, if you have a dispute with the NWC, any kind of dispute whatsoever you have, or if you don't see the prosperity as much of us haven't seen it yet, and if the NWC, if the government, which is owned by the people of Jamaica, is giving a write-off, give it to the entire 547,000 citizens or customers of the NWC. When it comes to sewage, make a reduction anywhere between 25 and 50% in terms of sewage. Because at the end of the day, it's only 30,000 citizens will get the benefit. As a party that is for the people of Jamaica, the People's National Party, we believe at this time that Jamaicans are faced with hardship. The 547,000 customers of the NWC are faced with hardship. Businesses are faced with hardship. Citizens are faced with hardship. People have pipes that are leaking and the NWC want them to pay for that. People have meters that are reading and not getting any water. All we are saying is, let's help the entire 547,000 citizens. They haven't seen prosperity in the 9 years that you've been there. And at the least you can do, if the people of Jamaica owns the NWC, ensure that the people of Jamaica, all our people, rich and poor alike, get the benefit that is there now for every Jamaican. I'll close by saying, look, the People's National Party will continue to fight on your behalf. We will not be scared. We will not be bitter. We will fight on your behalf. Your interest is our interest. Your future is our future. one Jamaica for each and every one of us. But time come, and time is coming pretty soon. God bless you, and I thank you.